thinking in your mind, Ollie comes on as sub and scores the winner, and then it happens. It's sort of like a Disney film or something. You wouldn't believe it if you said it.
Incredible moment last night, obviously. I was saying to some guy, I did jump off the sofa yesterday when he scored. What a moment for Ollie. Fully deserved, and obviously an incredible moment for Exeter City and the football club. So
I was just really pleased for him. Just on a human level, he's an incredible person. I think he's worked so hard to get to where he is, and as the goal went in, I just thought what an inspirational moment for a lot of young people in this part of the country that can look at someone that's gone on to the highest of levels and is achieving what he is right now.
It was a special moment for him, a special moment for an awful lot of people down Newton Abbot and Exeter way. A special moment for this football club to see an academy player not just make the squad, but have such an impact in a massive game for their country. So jumped up off my sofa last night, and hopefully I don't think I woke my kids up. So it was a brilliant moment, and it was special scenes.
I was pleased he got to get on the pitch, and I thought just as for the game, it was just what England needed. He's got that extra movement, and it was just what the game needed. We just needed to sort of find a little bit more creativity, a bit more movement, and he got his chance, and boy did he take it.
Mum, yes, one of our own. I've known him since he was a gangly 16-year-old, wrists as skinny as little sticks. So yeah, very proud.
Fastest pace now. Watkins, right side of the penalty, left foot. That's the goal.
When he played in the academy, he was always a real talent, but he didn't get into the first team until kind of a bit later. It wasn't as if he was playing at 15, 16, and obviously he's well known about having to go on loan at Western and things like that, so it wasn't a straightforward path. When he started playing the first team and kind of taking players on and scoring goals and things like that, then you think, okay, this is a really good player. But even at that point, to think that he's going to go and score a winning goal to get into the European final it's mad really. But we've got a video that we use in the academy which hopefully again inspires the players and also demonstrates what we kind of call our must-haves at the academy, which is a lot of things that aren't just talent. It's about the types of actions and attitudes that you show, so work rate, reactions, bravery, things like that. And we've got a video which is I think about 3 or 4 minutes of Ollie when he first got in the first team, just running and working and making blocks, making tackles, running forward, running back, and then all of that effort and reactions and positivity ends up with then him scoring goals and the impact he has. And see those 2 very memorable goals against Plymouth and all of the big banks singing one of our own. So it's a brilliant video, and we've been showing that to our players for a number of years, kind of say this is the type of thing that's going to get you an opportunity. And we need to try and get that goal from last night and put it on the end of that video now, I think.
I didn't necessarily work with Ollie when he was a young player coming through, but what I did get to see when I was coaching other age groups was just the work and determination that he had. And I think most importantly what I saw was actually that it wasn't always plain sailing for him. I think certainly when he was a young player coming through in his first couple of years, it was tough, it was difficult. Going out on loan is a challenge, but what he did was every setback or every challenge he's had, I think he's learned from it. He's kept coming back, which again is a massive part of it. And I just think he's a real credit and an example to someone that's worked to get everything that he's earning right now.
He had a period where he came out of the academy for a while and then came back in again. And I suppose that's really testament, all the way through. Ollie still talks about hard work, and I don't think that that's not the truth for the moment. Ollie has always been about, and it's always about hard work and trying harder and finding a different way. So he did have that setback at one period. So he's been through that, that period as a youngster, and came back very strong and kept on going. And I think that's ingrained in him. So whilst that's not, what everybody wants, a sort of natural progression right the way from the bottom to the top, it wasn't natural. He had to overcome at that age, it would have been quite a serious sort of setback for him. And some people will give up, and some people will come back stronger, and Ollie's obviously one of those.
Controls really well, heads towards the dead ball line, pulls it back for Watkins, right footed shot! Yeah! Watkins has opened the scoring for Exeter, and Exeter City are into the lead.
Lovely young lad, really polite, really kind. Yeah, really nice young lad. Proud to be one of his parents, really. Yeah, that's it. So.
Ollie's a fantastic person. You know, again, the type of character he is, I think, from, you know, myself as someone that's been in this club a long time, and anyone that has been, or, you know, even been at a short period of time, you've got to be proud of him as a person. You know, the way he comes across, and what a nice guy he is, but also what a great football player.
Really, really genuinely nice young lad. Very polite, always willing to help, and just a great talent. My mum, bless her, she spotted him right from the very start. She said he's going to be one that goes far, and she always followed him right from the very start. And you know, she could see that him breaking in off the left, making those long runs towards goal was ripe for a great future for him. And but here it was excellent. Always, I say, always helpful, always willing to help, and you could see he had skill, and it was developing and blossoming.
As a very young boy, sort of 11, 12 years old, Ollie really had the way that he moved was sort of racehorse-like, you would call it. You know, you see some boys, and he moved really well. Of course, the skills caught up, over time. He was with us for a long time, and the one story I remember, we went for pre-season down in Cornwall, and Ollie nearly, sort of close to tears in the dressing room because he's not played very well, and he was like that. He always wanted to play well, and he wasn't really progressing and I think it was Paul at the time said, just let him, and he thought about it and said, let him have a free role. And from then on, when Ollie had a bit more of a free role and a bit more freedom to go and find the ball and get the ball and get on it, and rather than be pinned in a position, he was always a wide player as a youngster. That was really partly the making of him. So, from then on, the rest, as they say, right up until yesterday, is history.
Probably, I don't think I've seen what we're seeing now, probably 8-9 years ago. He definitely could have done it, and he definitely has done it, and I think he's exceeded what anybody expected of him. But back then he had the physicality, he had the drive and desire to be the best and to score goals. I think we all know he came through here as a kind of winger, and kind of evolved into a number 9 at Brentford, and then obviously went to Villa. But I didn't see him getting to where he is now. I don't think he'll mind me saying that, but listen, I'm really, really proud to see him be where he is, and not just a brilliant footballer, but he's a special person as well.
He was well behaved, but he used to make his match shirts pretty grubby. I had Mr. Mucky and Mr. Messi that season, as David Wheeler and Ollie Watkins always got covered in filth, whether they were on the pitch or not.
Yeah, he was very humble. Obviously, it was his first proper season as a first-team player here when I came in. I was obviously a new player, and he was kind of a young boy coming through. And I honestly don't think he understood how good he actually was at the time. Some of the goals you see back then he scored were unbelievable. They were probably Premier League standard goals he scored in League 2. So I think when a bit of interest came in, I think he was actually quite surprised. Whenever I spoke to him about at the time, he was almost shy and embarrassed that people actually wanted to sign him. But we had some nights out back then, some Christmas parties, and we had some conversations about what he wanted to do. And he's a really, really good guy and a really humble guy, and I think everything he's getting now, he fully deserves it.
Newport could be in trouble now. We're into the 95th minute, and the break is very much on here for Exeter City. And chasing the ball is the man on his hat-trick. It's Watkins! He's done it! Hat-trick sealed! The perfect end of 2016 for Ollie Watkins at Exeter City.
I think he's probably been his own worst enemy at times, where he's actually constantly looked at the things that he can do better. Maybe not always appreciated the things that he's fantastic at. But I think that you look at most successful people in life, and they're always looking to find those 1 or 2% that help them improve and go to the next level. And I think that whilst he had a fantastic foundation to build upon, he has really maximised everything that he's got.
Absolutely incredible. I think it's still sinking in a little bit that, a lad from Devon and that's come from Exeter has had such a huge impact on world football last night. So yeah, if you're an Exeter City Academy player, you've got to be watching that thinking, "God, that if that's not inspirational, then I don't know what is." Obviously, it's incredibly hard for that to happen, and you need all sorts of things to go right in terms of dedication and work and the right attitude and good coaching, good opportunities, a little bit of luck, so many different factors. But yeah, fantastic for our academy, because the players have got to be inspired by that, and yeah, hopefully there may be more in the future.
Just seeing someone from where I'm from as well, down in Torbay, do that, and obviously come up through the academy here, it's crazy to see, and hopefully that it happens a few more times and we get to see more players do what he's done.
Watching him step up to the stage like that and score the way he did, it's proper inspiring for all of us lot, as he was like growing up here, and he came through the academy and he was out on loan and he was doing all that, and now he's back up scoring for England, scoring the winner, so that's through to the final. So no, it's quality to see, and obviously it helps us out a lot.
I think he said in his interview that you've got to work hard, and he never really dreamt of being at the highest stage, but he's kept going, and yeah, I think he's a great role model for young players coming through this academy.
In a strange way, that's why it's important we keep the building that's behind us at the moment with Ollie's picture on it, with Ethan, with the numerous other players that have come through. It's half the battle sometimes with young players is the belief that they can actually make it, and I think that when you see real life examples that have gone through the things that you're going through, it just gives you that extra 1-2% that can make the difference.
Forward by Watkins, who has it back here. Still Watkins, lovely change of direction. 3-0 to Exeter, and that makes sure of the points.
Just I'm just so happy for him. I think you could see on his face when he scored, like he was just absolutely delighted, and you can see how much it means to him. And yeah, the fact that he's come through this academy, and we've obviously had a part to play in that, and as have a lot of other clubs since he left here, and obviously Ollie himself and his family, he's made this happen. But the fact that he was here, and obviously we worked with him, and it's actually the first group I ever coached when I came and I started at under 18, is amazing. Yeah, fantastic feeling.
We always hope that our lads are going to come through the academy, come through here and go off and do well, but he was exceptional, and what a goal it was too, wasn't he? It's really good.
He certainly developed as a player. He's a much more rounded forward than he was down here. He had all the talent, of course, but Brentford and Villa have done a great job in really sort of bringing him forward, and he's developed into a great striker. One touch, held the defender off, bang, what a great hit.
Ollie has done us proud, and did I see it coming? I have to give you the honest answer, is no, but I always thought he was going to be successful.
Players develop at different speeds. Maybe for Ollie it was just took a little bit longer than some people who burst onto the scene at 18. But personally, I think he did it the right way. He played for Exeter City for a while. He learned the basics and became a good player with us. Then went to Brentford, and I think probably for his Premiership future, just for Ollie, I think it worked out better for him to go to Brentford first and then go to Villa, because it gave him, he didn't have to make that huge step. He made it in gradual sort of steps, and that was right for him. But in short, well, who'd have thought he would have got there? You hope, but you can never be certain. Thank you, Ollie.
And it probably kills me to say this, and I do apologise to my whole nation, but I think England might win 1-0 scrappy, and Ollie Watkins score late again.